Support for WCBU's On Deck comes from Jaguar Land Rover Peoria on Allen Road, offering personalized service to customers from their first visit to the store to when they drive their new Land Rover home. More at jaguarlandroverpeoria.com.
Peoria's neighborhood groups are looking for more members. That's just one of the things you'll want to hear about to start your day for Monday, August 19th. I'm Colin Shope, and this is WCBU's On Deck. First on deck today, the gun violence prevention initiative Cure Violence is moving in-house at the Peoria City County Health Department after terminating a contract with South Peoria nonprofit House of Hope. Health Department Director of Epidemiology Katie Indris says that capacity issues ended the contract. She says House of Hope is a great organization, but didn't meet expectations for implementing hundreds of thousands of dollars in grants.
Getting some things that you need for a large grant and a program such as Cure Violence to really get that up and running effectively. So some of those things they just weren't able to deliver on. The
department had hired a site director as well as 7 outreach workers and violence interrupters for the initiative.
What we hope to do in terms of a transition is, offer these positions to everyone that accepted one with House of Hope. We offer them an opportunity to continue their employment with the program.
Indris says this isn't an unprecedented move and that Cure Violence has other locations that are operated entirely out of the local health department. It's been almost 2 years since Cure Violence started evaluating Peoria as a good fit for the program in fall 2022. Indris says preventing gun violence is a priority and the department is dedicated to seeing it through. Here are some other stories we're following in the WCBU newsroom. There was enough evidence to charge former WTVP president and CEO Leslie Matuzak with embezzlement of funds and forgery had she not taken her own life. And the Peoria Park District will pay artist Preston Jackson $100,000 to create a replacement for the Christopher Columbus statue in Upper Bradley Park. Plus, the Illinois unemployment rate is continuing to rise. You can find more of these stories and all the details at WCBU.org. Neighborhood groups and associations are an important part of the fabric that keeps Peoria strong. A push to increase participation in these groups is aimed at improving quality of life and reinforcing the bonds that hold the city together. WCBU's Joe Deacon reports.
With a population of more than 110,000 across approximately 50 square miles, Peoria relies on numerous neighborhood groups and associations to foster a sense of community.
Well, I think it really all has to do with quality of life, and it has to do with creating a livable environment.
That's Rick Burdett, a member of the Randolph-Roanoke Homeowners Association and vice president of the West Bluff Council.
As an individual, it's hard to get too much done, but as a group and with the right people, you can get a lot accomplished. Crime, beautification of the neighborhood, just, friends of the neighborhood. If you need help, they're there to help.
Linda Butler also serves on the West Bluff Council and is vice president of the Armstrong Ellis Neighborhood Association.
I have found that the role of the neighborhood groups, since I've been a part of one for over 30 years, has really been about building relationship among those who live close to you, those who are sharing community with you, the streets, the sidewalks, the alleys, our homes, how we decorate them, but also how we get along if there's a need.
Those sentiments are shared by Ron Givens, a lifelong Peorian who is now president of the Wardcliff Neighborhood Association.
Number one, we're allowing the neighbors to know their neighbors. We live in a time where things are a little bit different than what they used to be. The neighborhoods constantly change. But the big thing to me is that it's the notification and the togetherness that it does provide.
Dennis Lippert preceded Givens as the Wardcliff neighborhood president. Lippert says having activities that bring neighbors together is key to developing that sense of community.
Every year in the spring, we have a curb appeal contest, which we have some people on the committee go around and judge it and everything. and we've been given like a $25 gift card, and we'll put a sign in their yard for a couple of weeks. And then around Christmas time, we'll have a holiday lighting contest too. And it's basically another $25 gift card.
Liz Rickert is a longtime member of the Arbor District Neighborhood Association who has lived on Summit Boulevard for nearly 50 years. She says their neighborhood situation is rather unique.
We may be a little different than some neighborhood associations because we're so small.
Not only is the Arbor District small, but it's dissected by Main Street. That leaves Summit Boulevard residents as somewhat of a group within a group.
People are out and about. This is a front porch neighborhood, which is perfect. But you stop, you talk to people. There are people that walk their dogs, stop and visit with each other. And that's when what's going on and who needs what can be shared.
Summit Boulevard resident Jen Jost is vice president of the Arbor District Association.
We really are a nook within the city of supportive people. I don't ever feel unsafe here. And so I guess I feel like it kind of embodies I also came from New England, so to me this is very much the Midwest, like, home living experience.
Jost says their 2-block stretch has seen an uptick of incidents such as car thefts, fires, and illegal dumping in recent years, but the neighbors maintain a strong bond.
I feel like that's made each and every one of us here more aware of how tight-knit Summit Boulevard is, because it's under those stressful events that we're really activating our connections to each other.
Amanda Krasniqi says she worries about cars speeding through their boulevard and alleys to cut between the busy streets, posing a risk to her kids. Still, she says she doesn't want to move away from her neighbors.
We have each other's backs, and it's kind of like the quintessential old-fashioned neighborhood. The kids are playing until the streetlights come on. We're calling them in. They're at each other's houses, picking flowers for other people. It's like the old times.
Rick Burdett is working on an effort called Neighborhood Strong to encourage increased participation in Peoria's neighborhood groups, starting with the West Bluff. He asks anyone looking to get involved to email the group at wbneighborhoods@yahoo.com. For WCBU's On Deck, I'm Joe Deacon.
Now, before we let you go, tonight is a regular meeting of the Peoria County Board of Health. Those meetings are at 6 p.m. at the Peoria Public Library's North Branch. And that's all for today. You can subscribe to WCBU's On Deck podcast on the NPR app, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube Music.